Good to go? Everybody good?
Yep.
What's up, everybody? This is Casey and Joseph here with another episode of the Pre-PT Grind podcast.
What
Here
up?
is where we help you decide, prepare, and transform into becoming not only the best DPT student you can be, but the best future physical therapist you can be as well. This early morning, we are joined by a very special guest, Mr. Greg Todd.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yes, sir. How you feeling
Thank you.
today? I know you've been putting all into this thing you're hosting. What is this all about? People are hearing this.
This is the annual PTs Get Lit conference, apparently. That's what it's turned into.
All-Star Weekend.
This is All-Star Weekend, man, and it's been a weekend. Wow. So yeah, this is Smart Success PT Live. This is the first time that I'm hosting this event, and we've really been hosting people since Thursday, right? So we're at day 4 of the Smart Success PT Live experience. We still have 2 more days to go. So yeah, it's been amazing, and just
I'll take a vacation after this, man.
Oh, I will be. I will be. We've already got it. Wednesday morning,
Under the
I'm
radar
gone.
for
You guys will see me for a good 4 or 5 days. That's it.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Man, so it's I personally just met GT in person just a few minutes ago. So it's definitely an honor for me, but it almost feels like we've been homies for a hot minute. And so
we have, man.
So I think that's been pretty cool. And so in this podcast, our listeners are future physical therapy students. Some of them are high schoolers. Others are in their undergraduate programs. Others have done masters. Others have gone overseas to serve in the military, and they want to come back and do physical therapy.
Right.
And so, as someone that did physical therapy, what are some of the things that you remember being important for you as you were starting that journey, as you were trying to identify whether physical therapy was for you or not for you?
Okay, so what I thought back then was important, what I think today is important, are 2 different things.
Okay.
Back when I started, I thought that a job that was in demand, that was important.
Yeah.
I thought that, I like to work with sports and bones and muscles. I had a passion for that because my mom was a medical transcriptionist for an orthopedic surgeon. Okay, all right, makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, all these things are cool. Maybe I should be a physical therapist. That was it.
So why not?
That's it. Well, today, that's not the case.
Yeah.
It is still an amazing profession.
Yeah.
You have this ability to reach so many different people.
Yeah.
But today, if you're out there and you're considering physical therapy, the investment is a lot different. It's a lot bigger.
Definitely.
So you need to expect more out of it, right? So when you invest more, you need to expect more.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then what are you expecting from your career? I think that is the major key. Right? Like, what are you expecting from your career?
Yes, sir.
So if it's going to cost me X amount of dollars, I don't care if you're a high school student, you're a pre-PT student in college, you're 40 years old and you're trying to do another career. It doesn't matter. Like, it's investment versus what you are going to get out of it. So do you understand those things? Do you understand that this is going to cost, 6 figures plus potentially, and are you willing to be in this for the long run? Like, this ain't a vacation, man.
True.
This ain't a 3-year profession, y'all. This is years.
Yeah.
So when people are like, 5 years, the ROI on it, I was like, so why are you getting into it? See, at 16 years ago, I could have that discussion. No big deal.
Yeah.
But whoever's getting into it today, this is it. You're not changing careers anymore. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is you're taking it to the next level. Like, you're not just gonna be a staff PT if you want to be able to get all of it back. If you think of those things, you're set.
Yeah.
This is still the hot profession.
Yep.
It's still it. So that's what I would say.
And you mentioned something key in there, is that you were talking about longevity, right? And so in order to be in the profession, you you're not coming in for no 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, then saying, hey, we'll see if it works out, and then I'll bounce to something else if it doesn't, right? Because of the investment.
It's the investment,
such a heavy investment.
Yeah, exactly.
And so because longevity is the name of the game, we know with structures, right? With the house to last a long time, you need a good foundation. Right. So what are some things that, as a physical therapist, 16 years in the game, 16 years in the profession, looking back, you see as foundational characteristics or things that a future physical therapist should hold to be valuable, right? Or things that they should be working on and growing right now in order to get themselves into a position, align themselves in a position to do very well in our profession.
Right. Okay. I'll tell you what it is. Yourself. you need to work on yourself. Yeah. So right now, if you are 15 years old, you're watching this, you're 18 years old, you're 45, the better you are, the better of a physical therapist you're going to be, okay? So when you get into PT school, you have to understand, it's not a personal development course, okay? PT school is going to teach you how to be a competent entry-level physical therapist. That's number one. PT school is going to help prepare you to pass the physical therapy board exam. That's number two. We're done. That's it. That's what you're paying for. Okay. So now you have that ticket. Now you have that licensure. Okay. So how do you get the best job? How do you create the best job? How do you create a team? How do you create, people to be able to follow you and to do all those things? Like how is it that you go into an interview, right? And then it's like, oh, that person sticks out. How is it that you go into a room, you're like, man, I want to work with that person. Man, I want that person on my team. Okay, that's called working on yourself. I have my kids working on themselves from now.
Right.
True.
3, 8, 11, 14. They're working on themselves. They're trying to become better. They're trying to become more complete so that whatever they do, they're going to be winners. So if you want to be a PT winner, you work on yourself from now. Okay? Wow. All right? There you go.
Man, and so then working on yourself from now yields certain characteristics, certain habits. What are habits of a successful future physical therapist?
I think the biggest habit, at least for me in my experience, is having a passion for serving people completely. Okay? And these are all habits. Look, successful habits, good habits create successful outcomes, right? Okay, just understand that. You have bad habits, you produce bad product. Okay? So the habits that you have to have as a top level physical therapist is you got to practice what you preach. All right? I want to see
Even
you
now, right? In the classroom.
You got to practice what you preach in the classroom.
Observation hours.
You got to practice. Exactly. You know how many times I got people coming to my office and they're observing and they're just like,
they are observing, literally.
That's about it.
See, okay, right there. Number one, let me tell you what you just did. You played yourself. Number one is, I'm not going to give you a recommendation. Number two is, you're not investing back in me. I'm already investing in you. You're coming to my office. You're not investing back in me. You're not even asking. I don't need anything from you. What I want is for you to show interest. Now, conversely, when people come to my office and they're volunteering, and they're like, tell me more. Tell me about yourself. They're going up to the patients, introducing themselves. So what are you here for? If you feel comfortable, telling me. Right. Those people, they get like a job at my office within 2 weeks. You see what I mean? So again, you gotta work on learning your craft. I think that's one of the big things. Look, man, MJ, Kobe, these people didn't just become great. They work on their craft more than everybody else.
It's true.
You know, there's this thought out there that people are like, oh, you're just talented, or this person's just really talented. No, actually, I work on my craft way more than you. So you can do that from now.
That hurts some people.
Huh?
That hurts some people.
Well, I'm here. I'm a fact checker, baby. I'm a fact checker, Casey. You already know that, baby. So that's it.
So for the two people out there who don't know you, say they're pre-PTs, high school, why would they trust what you're saying?
Okay.
Like, they don't know you.
Well,
so who is this guy telling me to introduce myself to people in observation hours?
Look, here's the deal, y'all. I've been a PT for 16 years.
Yeah.
I've worked for 3 corporations throughout the first 4 years.
Okay.
During that time, I got an opportunity to work on the ATP and WTA tour, and I worked with 12 top 100 players, the number 1 and the number 3 player in the world for 4 years. At the age of, and by the way, I was a clinic manager by the age of 24. By the age of 27, I had my own practice.
You graduated from PT school at 23.
I graduated PT school at the age of 23. I became a clinic director at 24.
Oh.
I have 2 practices. I have 24 employees. I've gone through the ringer, man. I've had to build it to just keeping myself busy. Right. Then I had to bring on my first staff, and then I lost my first staff, and this and that. Yeah. Okay, so today I have 24 employees. We have had 12 years of consecutive growth.
Yeah.
We've had 4 years in a row of 7 figures.
Yeah.
We are at we're at 24 employees. I spend the most time I've ever spent with my family. I figured out the key. I figured out the major keys.
Yeah.
And my systems are so good, I'm able to duplicate it and basically teach over 130 students through a course called Smart Success PT, my systems, and they're winning more than most 20-year PTs.
That's why
Any other questions?
That's why we're here.
All right.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
I mean, y'all do whatever you want to do. But look, at the end of the day, guys, here's the deal.
Yeah.
I shouldn't even have to say all that. The truth of the matter is that, like, I listen to you. You guys are DPT students, and I'm learning from you. When I listen to y'all talk, I'm learning. So if I need to tell you all of that for you to listen to me, well, you're not a good listener, and you're not open. Oh, okay, now I'll listen to him. Nah, I listen to everybody. There was a guy, he's the bellman in the elevator, and he was asking me, hey, are you here for a conference? I'm like, yeah, I'm here for a conference, you know? It's a physical therapy conference, blah, 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 blah. And the guy just wanted to start talking to me, man. And I'm just listening to him. So I'm there talking to the guy for 12 minutes. I'm kind of busy, okay? I'm kind of busy in there, right? I'm talking to the dude, and I'm listening to the dude. That dude brings something to the table that I don't know. He's got experiences that I don't know. So if you have to hear those things in order for you to listen, man, you're already in a losing situation. Because I'm learning from everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning from every single person here, and they're coming to see me. So again, there you go. That's it.
And there's something that you said in there that kind of reminded me of a book that I mean, my favorite author is Malcolm Gladwell, right? And I don't remember if it was Outliers. It might have been, or Tipping Point. I can't remember which one it was, but he goes on to talk about. He gives an example of individuals like Bill Gates and other individuals in that same category, right? Steve Jobs, and how their success was partially due to the timing of their opportunities. Right. And so for you as a 23-year-old coming out of PT school, right? Getting to a point where at 24, you already you weren't just a clinician anymore. You were overseeing at that point, right? And so what role for future physical therapy students, right? Obviously we know hard work. We know all these different characteristics, working on yourself, self-development and all that stuff. So I also want to throw in opportunity. What does that do, and how can we take advantage of that, and what role does that play in our journey as well, and what do we do with it when it comes our way?
I think one of the big things you guys got to understand is that you get opportunities every single day. You get opportunities daily, right? And you just might not think it's that important. The people that pounce on opportunities and execute the most win the most. That's it. Okay. All right. So here. Let's just go back. Let's just kind of do a quick move through my career real quick.
All right.
All right. All right. So at the age of 23, I'm a PT. Okay, fine. Everybody was doing that. You know. Okay, fine. But then I realized by 24, in my situation, they're basically telling me like, you're not going to really level up. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. So at the age of 24, I get this opportunity to go from South Florida to Tampa Bay. Right? Okay, that's an opportunity.
True.
But most people are like, no, I'm too young for that. No, I'm not experienced for that. That's an opportunity. I took it. Everybody else didn't take it. Okay, opportunity. Fine. So was it hard? Yeah, because I didn't know what I was doing, but you learn, right? Because I'm not afraid to learn. Okay, so now I'm at that place. I realize at that place I'm learning, I learn new stuff. I have a new set of skill sets to me.
Yes,
and I'm really, wait a minute, I don't really have any else, like I can't level up. And so they're like, all right, well, there's a new job over here with this company that's gonna allow me to work with professional athletes. Now, did I feel comfortable with working with, did I feel like I was the #1 physical therapist in the world? Because technically, the #1 physical therapist in the world would work with the #1 tennis player in the world, right? Okay, but that's an opportunity.
Yeah.
I took it, and I did it, right?
Yeah.
So I took that opportunity. Most people wouldn't take that opportunity, right? Okay, so then a year and a half later, I'm like, all right, I'm doing my thing. These tennis players want me to do more, but I've got the responsibilities of a corporate job and all that other stuff. And I'm like, I need to have more flexibility so that I can excel at what I want to do.
Yes, sir.
So I get the opportunity to leave my job.
Wow.
Opportunity.
Opportunity
To leave.
to leave. Because sometimes you have an opportunity to get out of situations,
But it doesn't
but
look
you
like
don't
that at
take
the
it.
moment
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Look, everything's an opportunity. I have the opportunity right now to say, hey to those guys, Matt, Paul, what's up, boys? Let's get it, right? I have the opportunity to say, like to do things at all times.
Yeah.
You take your opportunities or you don't take your opportunities. That right there is the biggest thing.
So this is wise what you're saying, and I don't want a lot of younger people to miss this. Because wisdom, if you think about it, wisdom is the understanding of concepts that seem irrelevant, but are actually interconnected.
Right.
So if you hear him saying, take the opportunity to work with a tennis player when you're in high school, oh, what's that? What does that mean to me?
Yeah.
But take that opportunity to study for the test. If you're, applying to PT school soon, take that opportunity to go visit your professor.
Right.
To go ask for a letter of recommendation, to go connect with your classmates, to go visit a school,
You
to
guys-
reach out to observe.
You guys have opportunities. Everybody's got opportunities. You've got it. Most people don't want to take it. They have BS in their life. It's their belief systems. I'm not good enough for this. Oh, I'm not ready for that. Oh, I'll have this later on. You guys don't know. We don't know how life is. We don't know when our last day is. I'll have the opportunity to do a live event. Do it after 3 years. No. I'm doing it now.
Exactly.
I have the opportunity to do it now. I do it now. That's it. And a lot of it is just being selfish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I just showed Joseph, he's like, whoa, the room's huge. Okay, all right, fine. The truth is that the only thoughts that were going through my mind about not doing like this event is, oh, will everyone show up? That's just selfish.
Yeah.
Who cares? If there was 5 people and I changed 5 people's lives, isn't that enough?
True.
Okay.
True. And I would even go as far as to say, because when we were talking about this a few minutes ago, you told me like this is what happens when you push through fear.
Right.
Right. And so someone's watching or listening right now and saying, man, GT's been at it 16 years. He can afford to take those type of risks. He can make decisions like that because he's been at it. He's comfortable now. He has the means. He has the community. He has the employees. He has the experiences to share. Right. So he's comfortable. But I mean, that was just a reminder to me that it didn't matter the fact that you were like out in the game for 16 years.
Right.
There's still a sense of fear. Right. But you have to always push through it. So that fear is not going anywhere.
Right. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Again, and that's just BS. That's just your belief systems. You are going to believe whatever you want to believe to justify whatever thinking you want.
Yes, sir.
That's it. That's it. Like there's no way around it. That's just it. So you will create your own story. We all have our story of why we can't do things, why we should do things. Everybody's got their story and they're sticking to it.
Agreed.
When you change your story, you change the trajectory of your life. You got it? So that's it. So the truth is that the stakes aren't any, the stakes were higher back then. How about leaving South Florida where you have family and you have people and you come up here to Tampa Bay, you have nobody. But again, that was an opportunity, right? And there was a lot of fear in that. I had to push through the fears. Okay, now how about this? Going to a place where you're now managing people that are double your age. There's fear there. I have to push through that.
Definitely.
And when I did it, it was hard. People didn't respect you, whatever. It's because, that's what I said yesterday, it's because I sucked. Okay? So now I gotta get good. So I get good and I learn or whatever. So then boom, there you go. So it's always pushing through fears because I have this habit of pushing through fears, it has now produced good fruit.
Yeah.
Because I'm pushing through fears all the time. Smart Success PT. Shoot, fearful. Everybody says, no, it's not going to work. No, it's not going to work. No, it's not going to work. I don't give a damn. I push through my fears. Let's get it, baby.
Yes, sir. I mean, heck, that's why we're here, right?
Preaching.
That's why we're here.
That's it.
Man.
That's it.
Yo, so somebody's listening. They're saying, man, yo, GT is the type of PT I would like to observe under, right? But he's not even close by where I live. I live in California. I live in Washington State. I live in Texas. I live in Michigan, all right? And so on and so forth. So as a future physical therapy student, right? I haven't gotten to physical therapy school yet. I'm working on getting my observation hours, but I've observed a few people and they seem kind of whack. All right, so it's been pretty boring. Right, to the point where I was pretty excited beforehand, but now I'm starting to step back.
Right.
Greg Todd, as a future physical therapy student, what types of physical therapists should I be looking for to observe in order to get an amazing glimpse? And I know not everyone has all the traits that I would need, but a glimpse into the type of physical therapist that I want to become.
Okay, so unless you have frequent flyer miles with American Airlines or Delta.
Stop it, you ain't gonna find nobody.
Okay, you ain't gonna find that. Exactly. My point is that today, this is 2017 when we're doing this podcast, y'all. So today, like, you're listening right now to me, and I'm not there with you, okay? The same things that I'm telling every single one of you that you can find on my YouTube channel, you can find on my podcast, you can find on this place, you can find on Facebook, you can find on Instagram. It's the same things I'm telling my staff. It's the same things I'm telling the volunteer that's coming into my office. I've already done all the stuff for you. So the deal is this. All you're doing is the following. Let's make sure we make this clear, people. All you're doing is going into a place to not see how that place runs. You're going into a place to see, okay, is this the type of thing I want to do?
Exactly.
Okay? All right. Now, with regards to philosophy of how you want your career to be, you're within a 5 mile, you're going to pick a place to volunteer within a 5-10 mile radius. That might not be what you want to do. Then now what you do is you have the internet. You've got a lot of PT rock stars out there that are putting their stuff out, and you listen to people and you listen and say, you know what? I connect with that guy. I connect with that girl. I connect with those people. Let me listen more. So then you're like, wow, because not everybody wants to have, 2 clinics, going on 3, 24 employees, this and that. Okay, that might not be your thing. Maybe you want to have your own little side thing over here. Maybe you want to do this. Maybe you want to do that. So you got to figure out whose philosophy do you agree with. That's on the internet, y'all. You can have your mentor. You can have your person. You can figure out if this is right for you.
It's true.
All you're doing is going there to start to learn people skills. I don't care how sorry the place is. You go there with your intentions. Talk to the people. How are you doing? How are you feeling? That's really it. You're not worried about, oh, I don't like how they got their stuff set up, so I'm not going to do PT. Get the hell out of here with that crap. Come on now. Come on.
So some people are listening and they're like, oh, GT has all these accolades. Did he ever struggle to get in PT school? Or was he just killing it from day one? 23, graduating, 24, clinic owner, hopping around jobs, working with tennis players. But I'm a high school student where I'm changing careers. I got to do these prereqs. I got to volunteer. I got a family, or I got other stuff going on. Am I the only one struggling out here?
No, I mean, I got to be honest with you. I graduated high school with a 3.3. I was told from my advisors, I actually was told from one of my advisors not to go to college. They felt like that I wasn't collegiate material.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And actually, even my parents, I mean, I love my parents, but of the 3 boys, you guys met my brothers, of the 3 boys, I was the only one not to get a scholarship. Ooh. Okay, so I actually worked my first semester of university because everybody wasn't sure. I never really shared this. Everybody wasn't really sure if I was college material. Okay. All right. So I worked, right? I worked at TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
And when I was working at TJ Maxx, because I was now paying for my college, That's the first time since 4th grade I got straight A's, baby. See, the thing is this, man. This ain't nothing. It's just about commitment, y'all. Once I started paying for it, and I'm making $4.25 an hour at TJ Maxx.
You want to get the most out
I'm
of
like,
every dollar you
yo,
spend.
there's no way I'm not getting straight A's in this thing, baby.
Yeah.
I was like, either that, I'm gonna go get some radio control planes with my money. You know what I'm saying? So that right there again, that's just another BS belief story, belief system, right? When you make a decision that I was like, I want to get into PT school by any means necessary, I knew what it was going to take. At that time, they're like, you need to have a 3.7 to even be considered. So I had a 3.79. I hadn't gotten a 3.79 since 4th grade. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a decision I made, right? If you have a 3.1 or a 2.8, well, you got to make a decision to go fix your grades and get in. Does it mean anything to you? So what is this doing? It's training you to overcome. It's training you to overcome. So all of this is just training to see if you're going to be a winner or a loser. That's it.
Man, and also ignoring the noise, because something we've spoken about in previous podcasts is just sometimes the people around us can influence us in the negative aspect, right? Where we're having advisors that are telling us, you know, you shouldn't be applying, you shouldn't be doing this because your grades aren't good enough, you haven't done enough to even qualify. And so a lot of people will listen to that and they'll say, well, they know what they're talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been in the game for a while. She's been an advisor for the last 20 years, all right? Like, who am I to try to go against what she's saying? But what you're saying is you came with a lower GPA. You said, all right, y'all want a 3.7. Y'all don't think I can get nothing because you ain't giving me no scholarships or nothing. Right. So I'm going to show y'all that I'm here to stay. So it's a mentality.
It's the academic advisor's BS was just put on you and created your BS.
Exactly.
Okay, right? Okay. Yeah. Look, man, at the end of the day, you realize, like, I mean, come on now, and I'm not trying to clown on nobody, but now, like, when you look, when you look back, you're like, man, that teacher didn't know what the hell she was talking about. She didn't know what the hell she was talking about, right? Look, man, look, everybody's gonna bring their thing to the table. We all bring our accomplishments, we all bring our fears, and we project those things on others. That's just what we do as humans, right? So if I have fears, if I have, hey, I never did it, so you can't do it, right? It makes me feel better, okay? So, you know what I mean? Like, okay, well, yeah, you shouldn't do it, you know? So it's like, it's just whatever. So at the end of the day, you have to, it's your damn life. You know, it's your career. If you want it, go get it. You know, if you only want what your mom wants for you, then just live with your mom and just do whatever, you know, that's fine. If you want what your dad or your uncle or your aunt wants you, just do whatever they tell you to do. You know, but if you want what you want for you, then go do you.
Get it.
You know what I mean? Go do you. You know, and you can't, so many people, it's such a damn shame. There's so many talented people out there that are just basically like waiting for the approval of someone else that didn't win in life. And they just end up wasting their talent. They just waste it. It's like, it's so sad. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people out there, man, that basically just listen to other people that never did anything with their life, and then they just, because they projected their fear on them, and they just waste their talent. It's like a total waste. It's like what type of world would this be if like Kobe, because I know you love Kobe. Seriously, what type of world would this be if Kobe just said, you know, man, I'm living in Italy, man. Man, I can't do this whole NBA thing, man. You know what? Hey, I know all these different languages. Let me just kind of be a translator. Let me just be a translator.
How many rings would the Lakers have lost out?
They would have lost. How many people would have been ripped the joy of watching this man play for 18 years? Think of the millions of people. That's true. Right? That's what happens when you're selfish. That's what happens when you're selfish. Selfish people, like people that are losers are selfish, man. They just care about themselves, man.
You understand?
That's it.
It's also crazy because I've had a few people contact me and say, yo, Joseph, listen, what you guys are doing with the pre-doctor physical therapy students page, pre-PT grind, like, I'm enjoying it because where I'm at, I ain't got nobody around, right? So, for example, for Casey and I, like, once we started undergrad, we were around a community where people were all going in the same direction, so we could support each other at AU University. AU, what's up?
AU, stand up,
yes,
AU.
Yes, sir. And so, And for that individual, they started figuring out that through the internet, right, they can still have that community. Right. They can still find those individuals that they can still learn from, and outside of maybe the negative influences that they have around them, right, whether that's family sometimes, and that's true, whether that's faculty or whatnot, there are groups online, there are individuals online that are ready to serve, that are ready to cater to them based on their experiences. And obviously pre-doctor physical therapy students is one of them, right? But also that's what you've done with Smart Success PT.
Right, like Casey can tell you this. This is the first time that most of us are meeting in person.
Yeah.
Casey, how quick, and Francis, you can say this, how quickly was the relationship like? It was like,
It was made before. Like, I was just like, yo, what's up?
Yeah, it was done. That was good. People were at my office. I walked in to the office, and there's just like, it was crazy. It was nuts. And but people were just, it was like that's a difference, y'all. Like, you can create relationships on the internet. You can, do not tell me, don't even start it with me. Don't tell me that I'm just around the wrong people. My son, my 11-year-old, walks around with headphones all day. But this is like most 11-year-olds, most 8-year-olds, like they're on their phone, they're on their iPad, they're whatever, okay? Yeah. So if he wants to, he can just go to YouTube and just listen to inspirational videos.
True.
You don't have to have anybody good around you. It's all what's going in you constantly. It's what's entering the mind constantly. So you can just put your headphones on. I don't care if you live with 5 crack dealers, okay? All right? You put your headphones on, baby, and you just listen to motivational, inspirational, people that are where you want to be. And you take yourself to the next level. This is 2017, y'all.
No excuse.
Look, man, we don't even do beepers anymore, y'all. We don't do that. Like, you got everything right there. We're doing this right now with a computer and a phone.
No, exactly. That's all you need.
From Clearwater Beach, Florida.
And everybody got one.
Exactly. So that's it. If you want it, it's there. That's it. Straight up, y'all. If you want it, it's there. It's there. It's just a matter of, are you willing to go for it? I'm going for it. You're going for it. You're going for it. Yeah. You decide if you want to go for it. You with us or not? That's it.
Another reality check. So there's some people out there, like you mentioned this earlier. People are just out there searching the internet for a job. You know, they come across PT. Oh, stability. Oh, 2040. Look at the job market. Oh, maybe I can do this. Maybe my mom said, oh, do something medical. That's stability. But what are some other things that people out there don't know that PTs can do? Because you do this thing called consulting.
Right.
What is that? You do this thing called fitness in your practice.
Well,
some other things?
I mean, at the end of the day, becoming a physical therapist, you learn a lot about the human body. You learn about biomechanics. You learn about a lot of amazing things to help people recover from injuries in a non-surgical manner. Okay, so that's what you learn as a physical therapist.
Okay.
All right, most physical therapists use that to actually treat people for physical therapy, do physical therapy services. But there's a lot more that you can do besides that. So I understand that I have those gifts of understanding the human body, biomechanics, all that other stuff. So I've used those gifts to consult with other companies. Okay, one company I consult with, they just want me to explain those gifts like I explain it to patients. Another company, because I learned business, they want me to take my business knowledge and help them with how they can have their company work, because they cater to physical therapists and they're trying to help physical therapists level up in their business, right? So it's just different things. So it's like, when you know more, you become more. When you know more, you earn more. I mean, that's just really it. So if you know a lot, then you earn a lot, right? And if you could put it together and you could package it, everybody wants to work with you. There's so many different things that you can do. And if you have a following of people, well, then there's a lot of companies out there that want to push out their products. And they understand that in 2017, the way you get your products out there is by teaming up with influencers. Because today, we have so much things bombarded at us that really what we want is, we just want someone to help us make a decision, and we want someone we can trust. So that's it. So you can be a consultant for so many different things that I'm not a consultant for already. But at the end of the day, I've been able to do so well in consulting because I know a lot. So I got to tell you guys this, it's not just knowing PT. So if you are not in PT school yet, if you are a young one, you are old one, it don't matter. If you could start learning all these other things, combine that with PT, woo, game over.
Game over.
Game over.
Man. And that's something I didn't know. What we talking, like maybe 6 months ago, I'll even say, when I started listening to Greg's podcast and all of that. But once I identified it, I was like, why the heck not?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's something unlike anything we've seen in our profession, period.
Right.
Which immediately lifted the roof, the ceiling on what we can do as a profession. And so if y'all are on the edge thinking, man, I can't do all that much with PT, think again.
Yeah.
Think again.
See, the sky's the limit, man. And I mean, maybe I've kind of raised the bar, but the bar, like this is just continue to go up and up and up, man. There's just so many amazing things that you can do with whatever. It's just creativity. It's just understanding this is what I have. These are the gifts that I have, and let me find ways to be able to use it. But you got to have your mind there. My mind, guys, is always on serving and figuring out how can I basically help solve problems for people. So physical therapy and learning physical therapy allows you to be able to solve problems for people. So I mean, I haven't figured out all the problems to solve. I just figured out a few.
Yeah.
That's it.
And so, thank you so much, so much for joining us on this podcast. And one thing that we've been asking all of our guests, as we kind of wrap up the interview, is to take a step back for just a moment. And look back at the younger version of yourself, whether it's the younger version of yourself before you chose physical therapy or while you were in that transition from high school to college in order to pursue physical therapy. That younger version of yourself is listening to you right now. What is one piece of advice? What is one thing you would tell that younger version of yourself that you had, something that you know now that you did not understand then that would have helped you get to where you are now? Like one step, one crucial step that would have been very influential for you and positive for you, because there's a high schooler there, there's a college student there's a grad student there that's at that point, and they need to hear what you have to give to them. So what would you say?
Don't chase money, chase your passion. That's it.
Dang. He said,
say it again in case they missed it.
We're done.
They might have been scrolling Facebook.
Don't chase money, chase your passion, chase excellence. That's it. I have built my reputation. I think what the group that's here has seen that my reputation as the top physical therapist in Tampa Bay has been confirmed with all the people that have been here. They've confirmed it. This is not like, oh, he's some little marketer. God, I am so goddamn passionate about the field of physical therapy, and I've been serving people like crazy for years because I've been following my passion. I never followed the money. I didn't follow the money. Now the money's following me.
Yeah.
And guess what? Even when I didn't have the money,
Money's following you.
but even when I didn't have the money, I was just as happy, man. Because I was waking up every day. I'm like, I get to do what I love to do, baby. Man. So you follow your passion. If you're not passionate about physical therapy, don't do it. If you're passionate about physical therapy, do it. If you're passionate about physical therapy, just be patient. Because it don't matter. You're enjoying yourself. People are like, oh, you grind and now you got all this, whatever. Baby, I was enjoying the whole ride, man. I enjoyed the whole ride because I love this. If you don't love it, don't do it, man. If you love it, sky's the limit.
So we want to go the practical route as well. We want to get very technical because, yes, we need the motivation. That's super important. But we need, you mentioned this to us maybe in the live stream. Yeah, there's goals up here, but you just don't take a big jump.
Right.
There's steps along the way, right? So we want to get very technical and practical as well.
Right.
So what if somebody's struggling studying with their GPA or something like that? We know we all have to find our own way to study and process information, but what helped for GT back when he was working at TJ Maxx and busting himself to get that GPA?
Guys, look, I think at the end of I think the first thing is you just have to have vision. Do you see the prize? Like, do you see it? You know, and the prize is not the prize is, gosh, I was so obsessed with getting into PT school. I was obsessed with it. When you're obsessed with something, you just figure out a way.
Yeah.
You redo classes. You redo the class so that you can up the GPA. You take this over. You go in. You butter up the people that you're volunteering. I was obsessed, bro. Yeah. I was obsessed. So you got to have vision. So do you see the prize? If you see the prize, then you can start to be obsessed with it. A marathon is 26.2 miles. I've run 4 of them. Okay, I've run 4 of them. But even though when I start at mile 1, y'all, I can't see the finish line, y'all. I can't see it, but I know it's there, y'all. I know it's there. So it's like I'm obsessed. It's from 4 months before I even run the race, Joseph. From 4 months before I run the race, I'm training day in, day out. 5 a.m. Boom, 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 boom. Training. Just keep on going. It's because I can see it. So you gotta have vision first.
Yeah.
You gotta have, like, do you really want this? Do you have the vision? And then what do we need to do every single day to get us closer to that? When you do that, then your priorities change. Now you're like, okay, this is priority for me, right? It's priority. Yeah. Like, you really don't need motivation every day if it is priority. You got it? So it's not like I don't need motivation to come and do a live stream for you guys every single morning. It's a priority in my life right now. You got it? It's a priority. That's it. But I have vision. I can see it. Like, I can see it. I can see you guys. I can see the 2 of you having this. Like, I can see it. So I have to have that. You might not see it, but I can see it. So I'm like, I need to continue to serve them until they get the pre-PT Grind live conference. You know what I mean? So, but I can see it. And so I have my priorities. And so it's like, okay, I would like to have slept in a little bit. I went to bed at 2 a.m. working on presentations, getting everything ready, but it's like, look, I have a priority. They are my priority. Done. That's it.
It's church.
Yo, out there.
It's Sunday though. So we had to have church, baby. We had to have church. All right.
Reverend.
That's right.
Pastor.
That's right.
Doctor. Hey, y'all, thank you so much for joining us on the
Yes.
Pre-PT Grind podcast.
So
This is usually the time where we allow our guests to shout themselves out, but he needs none of that. Y'all need to go on Google, type in Greg Todd, and y'all will find anything and everything on the first page. So y'all look him up, go on YouTube, find him on Instagram, find him on Facebook, anything and everything. Find this man, especially if you're trying to get into physical therapy school. You will not regret it one day ever, period. Also, remember to find us at preptgrind@gmail.com. You obviously know where to find us on our Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, and whatnot. So y'all can find us there. Thank you once again for joining us.
So much.
Greg, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
It's been the Pre-PT Grind podcast. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.